Alright, let me get back to a little bit of Civilization 2. And the last we left off, we still had Moscow just hanging out here. Alright. Yeah. Always one of the biggest gripes about some of the earlier Civilization games is just how easy it is for an entire city to just go wrong, start protesting, and I mean, it's one angry woman, it looks like, as opposed to the 7 angry people just hanging out, or 7 not angry people just hanging out doing their business. So, for some reason, the early games decided that you had to have somebody either to cancel out the unhappy person, or you had to solve the unhappy person's problems. Which, unfortunately, usually just means, hey, build whatever stupid thing ups happiness instead of whatever you were doing. Unfortunately, I have to... You know what? No, I will wait. I'll have to just kind of cut production for a little while. That'll give us a entertainer and a wealthy person to counteract said unhappy person for now, and then we can change it back after we get that taken care of and that Coliseum built. I believe the only other order we had going on was to build up this place right here. That's because it's our only port. Of course, it's got only crappy boats right at the moment, but for now, that's what we need. Boats. We have none. Aqueduct. Wow, we built the aqueduct second for some reason. That's generally not a grand idea, but I guess at some point I was not paying much attention to what my build order was. You kind of will get a sense of what the best build order is as far as what upgrades you want to build. I mean, starting off, unless you're fighting a lot, barracks aren't really important, but it can't hurt to have them in certain cities. You generally always want a granary and a temple pretty early. Let's see, where are we going? I think that's entirely dead end. We need those people to get over to... Where is that town? There we go. No. I had it. I had it just a second ago. It's a little bit of a difficult... There we go, it's right there. I need you to go here, buddy. You also go right to this port. Hey, you built a granary. Let us build a marketplace. Because we need more money. Hey, we got mysticism. Which is always a good thing. Let's see. I would probably go with mathematics. They want us to build bridge buildings so we can get railroads. Railroads are pretty... I want to say they are probably pretty broken as far as game mechanics goes. Roads shave your moves down to 1/3 of their cost. So if you've got a road up a mountain, it only costs you 1/3 movement instead of 2 movement. Railroads essentially get rid of all movement costs at all. I mean, it's essentially means if you have a railroad and you're spanning the entire map of the world, you can just hop on a railroad and go around the world in one turn and still have movement points because you're not using taking said railroad. Let's go with... I think we got most of the important stuff out of the way. I'm going to disband the wonderful warrior unit that's not going to really do much there, and fortify. Ooh. What's our... Ooh. I am still in the basic crap government system that you start off in, despotism, which really doesn't get you a lot of income or scientific research inherent. So we kind of do want to change that. I probably should have changed over to... I don't think they can do that in this one, unfortunately. Yeah. Used to be, or in the newer ones, you can change over to other researches. Or can you? No, I don't think you can, actually. Maybe I'm talking about my ass. I just started playing Civ 5 a little bit recently, and it's kind of different getting used to. Like, I played maybe a game or two of Civ 3, and I can't say I'm really familiar with that at all. I never touched 4, so it's one of those things where I know of the concept of civilization, but I don't know the specifics for each individual game as far as what's different, what sorts of new things are going on. No, you need a granary. Yeah, we're definitely losing a little too much money. Problem is I can't bump my... So now we're at that point where if you haven't really pushed for new governments yet, the game, once you start getting to the point where your expenses start overtaking your tax rates, you end up sort of this like downward spiral of buildings getting randomly sold to pay for the tax or the expenses of the various upkeeps of buildings. A lot of times, if you're doing good as far as the city management goes, you will probably have those buildings rebuilt well before the tax rates start to become a problem again. So I'm hoping that... Hey, I got C-frame from the Great Library. I'm hoping that I can pretty much just kind of ignore that problem for now. Like I said, most of the buildings in King Richard's Crusade I don't believe is actually worth even investing time in, if I recall correctly. What's... Oh, actually it does. Yeah. Kind of wasteful. Let me see if I can get a courthouse to fix some of this. Or no, sorry. Actually, that fixes corruption, not waste. You guys. You guys. See, in the next turnaround, it's going to say, oh, you had to sell some baby kidneys to pay for the upkeep. And then, you know, it'll be... of course, it'll usually sell the stupid things. Like the temple, which I probably need. Yeah, I'm going to go right back and build said temple. Why that doesn't sell? Again, it's an older game, so slow down. Again, it's an older game, so it doesn't really... Good job. That thing that we just sold, we rebuilt already. It doesn't really prioritize specific anything, actually, like that. See, it goes and sells things that are like the worst possible things it could sell. And I have to switch back to make the Colosseum, because I know in all of a turn or two somebody will be pissed off. Alright, so now that person is back to happiness, and we can put that person back down working. I could try for King Richard's Crusade, but I don't know if I'm going to beat him. Protection's 9 at the capital, which is good, but it's not what I would consider great. Where is that? Get over here. We need you guys to get over here. Medicine from the Great Library. Yeah, somebody's jumped way far ahead in the game, and or a couple people have. So I'm guessing it's probably the Greek and the Chinese are probably the people who are ahead of me. It's probably one of those things I probably have forgotten between, you know, the large gaps in these video capturing sessions that I do. I've probably forgotten that I probably should have, built a tech tree towards getting a monarchy, or I don't want to go democracy too quick, but monarchy probably would have been a great idea had I remembered that I was still in despotism. Because it works just fine for the beginning of the game, but you'll soon start to build up, and you really cannot support a large civilization with despotism. It just does not work. Let's go with the temple. Put that guy back to work. Yes, I can't change my tax rates enough to affect anything, so shut up. Everybody's running that way. The temple is built. Do you have some corruption going on here? Yeah, but I'm gonna build a granary. Thanks. Thanks for selling that one thing that I wanted, you jackass. So, great. I'm gonna have to take one of these people up, wait for the Colosseum to be built, and then replace it again. I think I could, of course I could just be proactive and go into the cities and sell junk off beforehand so that the game doesn't sell the things that I, do not want it to sell, but that would take more effort. Let's go ahead and sell. Yeah, let's sell the library. Sorry. Castle Forester has a courthouse. Build a library. Alright, we need to disband. What are you doing? Hey! I love it how I'm still on the city screen and all the other things are still going on. That's a little bit of a bug. But it's not a game-breaking one, it's just a kind of annoying one. I think the Oracle just makes, temples better. To be honest, wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Let's go for it. Sure. Got an aqueduct in. Let's see, what do we do in here? We could go for... yeah, I'm gonna go for Colosseum because I know what's gonna happen. Oh, thank you. You sold that one thing that I still wanted to keep. Thanks, game. Thanks. I just also saw there on that screen that Nilbog has one lone warrior piece defending it, which is pretty... Some second advanced, huh? That's kind of odd. It kind of seems like there's two people ahead of me, considering that I'm getting things from the Great Library, but... Well, maybe I'm a little off. Okay, we will get a marketplace in here. Because we could use all the money we can bring in. Market. Well, no, we don't have granary. Let's go with granary. So it's one of those things, and it was kind of an invisible gap. I mean, unless you go and read through a lot of the different Civilopedia stuff, like you won't really know about the different caps and the government types. Like you have to come through here and it'll tell you. Yeah, see, it kind of tells you what all your stuff gets produced. And despotism, yeah. It's always kind of the worst, essentially. I'm kind of a fool for not setting up monarchy quick enough, but that's one of those things that you want to jump right to once you get the chance. I totally forgot that I hadn't done that already. So, whoops. We already have one of those. We could use anything else. Yeah, sure, why not? We will disband. Okay, well, I guess everybody's gonna go. Oh, hey, thanks. That thing that you sold, I kinda wanted it. Oh, okay. Oh, close the city window. Did I close it already? I don't know, game. Remember with triremes? Yep, I had a feeling. If they're not next to the shoreline at the end of the turn, you lose them sometimes. It's not 100%, but Ravening Inge is the name of that town. I guess that's how they're pronounced, Ravening Inge. Okay. Corruption. Corruption, you say? Let's put the courthouse in. And, you may have sold a city or sold a temple at some point, so you need to replace that. Alright, so I still have Moscow hanging out here. They are pretty small still. I haven't had any comments as far as what I should do with said Moscow. I haven't really thought about taking them out yet. For starters, one, if I go and attack them now, I'm just going to destroy the city. Two, I mean, they might be worth taking over later on when they are sizable enough that I can actually get the city out of it. Hey, look at that. Yeah, see, somebody's got to be way ahead. They've got medicine and engineering already. I don't know how that happened. It's kind of odd. Hey, did I lose another Coliseum? Thanks, game. Thanks. Alright, I need you to go to here. Stop. Don't stop. Keep going. And it's one of those things that definitely, it can kind of, I won't say it's going to ruin this game, but it can cost you a lot of your lead if you don't swap over to a, yeah, okay, I clicked off at that time. If you don't swap over to an actual government that doesn't totally waste all your burgeoning resources that you're gathering while your cities are developing. And it's kind of one of those things that I totally forget about sometimes. Okay, great. Oh yeah, that temple that you sold, you idiots. Thanks. Alright, get back to work. I need Marketplace.